Hi everybody. If you watched my one video about getting a new computer in the Philippines, which is on one channel but not the other, so I'll put this video on both channels and leave a link to the other video. But short story is, I was doing a video and my laptop quit working. The screen went out. And when I go to work on it, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But anyway, I ordered a new LCD screen for it. And of course, Shopee wants you to video opening it in case there's damage, something like that. So I'm going to start this video with unboxing the screen to make sure that it's not damaged or anything. So, box just arrived. This was 2,700 pesos, which was approximately, I'll say a little over 50 US dollars. No, yeah, 20, 40, 50 US dollars, a little over that. Well, its change rate might be closer, but anyway, let's get this open. It's got tape I got to cut here, so I'll get that cut. I was worried about, because it had to come from China, and sometimes Shopee sellers do not really box or package things really well, so I was very worried about that. So let's have a look at it. And let's see. Now I want to be able to have both cameras see it. I'm going to do that. Well, just going to have to do it this way. I'm just going to pull the packaging out of the box and get the box out of the way. Be very careful with it. It did have fragile on top of the box, if you can see. So hopefully they handled it very carefully. Lots of bubble wrap around it, that's good. Open it up. Wrapped with a lot of bubble wrap here. Handle it very carefully. I don't want anything to happen to this. I've been waiting a while to get it because I ordered one from Amazon United States. Waited and waited for shipping, and I contacted them and I checked and they said out of stock, and they said you need to cancel the order because we don't have it. So I ordered this one, and the one there would have cost me about $70. I'm getting an inexpensive one because this is the second time that the screen has went out on this computer in 3 years. The first time it was under warranty and they replaced it for free. Well, this time it's not under warranty. So I'm just going to pull that out just like that. Very careful. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. I mean, it does have strips, rubber strips holding it in. So I guess that's what that is. When I go install it, oh no. The connector looks backwards from the one on the one that's in the computer. I ordered by part number, so it's supposed to be the right one, but this actually looks backwards. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the way I'm seeing it there, because it's upside down from what I... No, I guess it's right. Okay. A lot of fingerprints on it, I see. And flip it over. Looks a lot like a lot of scratches on it. Well, that's actually... feels like they've had tape or something on it. Oh, it has a plastic film over it. Good. So that's good. So the next thing to find out is if it actually works. So that's the main thing now. So Anne's ready for me to go eat. So I will set this aside very carefully packaged and come back, get the computer ready to work on and get this installed. Now a video installing this and see if it works. So be back shortly. Okay, so I got the computer here. I'll show you what the problem is before I start tearing it apart. I've already got the screen accessed. I had to pull it apart to get the part number. I didn't want to have to put it back together and pull it back apart, put it back together. So it's starting up now. Hear the boot sound. And I should get some lines across the screen in a minute when it starts firing up. There, that's what it does. Now it's default booted in the Pop! OS because I can't see a menu or anything to switch what operating system is going in. I can't get in the BIOS and see anything because this is what I get. So that's really useless that way. Now to verify this, I did plug in the HDMI and I get picture on the TV that I hooked to it for HDMI, but right now I have equipment in the way. I can't show that, but I do have the other video I show that. So that helps me verify that this is an LCD problem, not a video driver or card problem. So what I need to do now is get it shut down. Supposed to disconnect the battery. I'll see if I can do that and put the new panel in and go from there. So I'm going to get it shut down. Since I have no other way of shutting it down. And I want to disconnect the power cable. And for right now, I'm just going to flip it upside down. I've already got all the screws loose from the bottom because there was I wanted to make sure if I had to get to that cable in here, I could get to it and disconnect this battery. The battery connector is running right here, looks like, and it goes under that fan. So without removing that fan, my only real choice is to try to unplug it here, and that's going to be a little difficult. See if I can find a way to do that. If not, I will do it with the battery connected. They say it's best to disconnect the battery, but I've done a ton of them, and I never had to disconnect the battery, so shouldn't be a real issue anyway. And this is going to be very, very difficult. There we go. Battery's disconnected, so no power there. So to replace this screen, oops, I'm going to put this back there just temporarily, just so none of the circuit boards are sitting on the table. And what I need to do, as you can tell, this stayed here. And the way you pull this apart, this plastic piece, you just got to spread it here, and it's got clips, and it clips off out of here, and then you can pull this out. And right now, it's stuck to the LED panel. It's got some sticky tape that holds everything in place there, and that's what's holding it on at the moment. Okay. that's out of the way. And to protect the screen, even though I know this one's bad, I'm still want to protect it a little bit. I'm going to lay it down there. And this plug has to be unplugged right here. And I'll see if I can get you a better shot of that when I do this. I hope it's getting good focus on this, but right here, there's some tape here holds it down. I do have that on, yes. And I've already pulled that tape back once already. And there's a little clip that folds down. And I never saw this in any of the other videos or anything, but it kind of locks that in place and it pops up like that, and then you can pull it out very easily that way. So I'm going to take this, set it aside, and bring over the new one to hook up. Very easy to remove. So let me get the new screen. Okay, I took and compared them. Everything's the same. Even the part numbers, BOE, everything there's the same, so should be like a stock unit. So I'm going to lay it there. Make sure it's under that. Nothing can scratch that screen, damage it. And I want to get it plugged back in. That tape wants to hold that little clip up out of the way there. Give myself a little bit of room here for that. It's a little difficult right there. Okay, looks like it's going in. There we go. Plugged in, slid into place, and I will take this little middle clip and kind of lock it down there. I don't want to press down on this or anything. I don't want to risk damaging the panel. And I'm going to lay that tape there like that. And I want to take this wire. Well, first I'm going to take this and put it up in here where it's supposed to be. It's got glue, like plastic or tape glue to hold it in place. I'm going to reuse that and try, instead of trying to get it all out of there. It's kind of hard to get exactly back in place right here. I'll take and just lightly get it to stick back in there where it belongs. I don't want to bend it, force anything. And I want that wire to go back into its little channels. This wire has a channel it goes into here, and get those back in place. Been a little bit difficult. I know there's like clips in there. There we go. There we go. There's what I want you. I want those to go right in there, so that other plastic cover to go in there. Now, before I put everything together, I want to test to make sure it's going to work. Now, I think I can do this with the battery disconnected. Just plug in the power. Yeah, I think it's going to boot up. And make sure the screen's working. Now, it might, since the battery's been disconnected, it'll take it a while to start up because BIOS kind of has to reset. So could take a few minutes before it actually starts to boot up. It could take 2 or 3 minutes, I guess. Maybe longer. I'm pretty sure it'll boot. There we go. Okay, I got screen. I've got selection of windows, my menu for booting. So if I want to go into Pop OS, there we go. It works. It's fixed. I have my ROG asus laptop, gaming laptop. This is a model G614JU, in case anybody's wondering what model this is. Asus ROG model G614JU. So there we go. It was a lot cheaper than taking it and having them fix it. They gave me a price of between 15 to 20,000 pesos, which is, you know, $300 to $400, and I was able to do it for basically $70. So I'm very happy about that. My computer is back, and like I said, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on this computer to fix it because this is the second time the screens went out on this in 3 years since I've owned it. I don't know if it's a problem with ASUS or the type screen they're using or what's going on there, but I've never had a computer I've had to replace a screen on just go out like that in such a short amount of time. So at least this way, if this goes out in a year, I can afford just to throw another one in it unless something else goes wrong with the computer before then. So I'm going to get this put back together and run get her set up back the way it should be on my desk here. And first, actually I'll show how everything goes back together because I didn't show tearing this apart. So I want to shut it down because I got to hook the battery back up. Okay, shut down, disconnect power. I'm going to go ahead and put the bezel on the front first. Make sure everything's going to go together good there. This clips in. And that's how it came out. I'm putting it in reverse of how I took it out. Oops, I got to take that plastic film off first. Forgot about that. I could put that on the old one and store it for something. If there's a recycle or something I could use for it, so I'll put that over there. And now I'll go ahead and finish snapping all this back together. snaps along the bottom. That one corner, there we go. So that's back together. And just for protection, I'm going to put that over the keyboard and fold it up for laying it upside down to put the back on and hook the battery back up. Those clips got snapped back in now. When you take this apart, as I showed in my other video, you got the clip, after you get the screws out, it clips out. So connect the battery back up. There we go, that's plugged in. Now I can snap this back in place. Make sure everything's where it should be. Nothing out of place. I think it goes this way, yes. And for the bottom, snaps in. You got little clips, snap it in all the way around. And put my screws in. I kept my screws in a little metal magnetized container and in a package here, so I made sure I didn't lose any of those, and I got to find my small screwdrivers. I think this is the size bit I needed for that. Kind of crooked on the table here to get to match so you can see it easier on the camera. But on this you have 1, 2, 3, 4 short screws, and the rest are all long screws. You can tell by the way the bottom slope, thinner on one side than the other. There's a screw here that never came out of the bottom panel. It stayed in there, so. And the shorter screws, got to find the shorter screws. That should be all the short screws there. Then the long screws, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long screws, I think it is. Make sure here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I got all my screws. I had been down for the last 3 days, down sick. Today, better. Yesterday was better than the day before that. And the 2 days before that, I was feeling awful. That's why you might hear me sniffle a little bit, cough, nose burning, sniffly, stuffy, like a summer cold, I guess. I know it's winter there in the U.S., but don't get winter here in the Philippines, so. Now originally this screw had a tag over it says warranty voided. If you remove that tag to keep you from pulling the back off and voiding the warranty, or they could tell if you had it apart when you shouldn't have. But this is not under warranty, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, there we go. Give her one more start up. Get my tool put away here. Excuse me. Don't think I'll be needing those tools anymore. A little screw package. I use this has got sticky strips with it. They're not the exact size for everything. I just reuse the old ones. It's not going to be a problem. So, battery is back hooked up. And this time, well, it may have to take long again to post because I did have the battery and everything out of the screen. So, power button. And I believe it is going to take a little longer to post because the battery and the power was disconnected. So probably about as long as it did before, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. And then I should be good to go. I've got my ROG gaming computer back for editing video. Now I have 2 gaming computers, because I did buy a new one to kind of replace this one. I decided, you know, I'm going to go ahead and fix this one. I do like this computer, and I'm running Linux Mint on the other computers and Pop! OS on this one. Okay, there we go. Let's go into Windows this time. It's been a while since I've booted Windows on this. Usually I use Linux. Well, it didn't boot into Windows. Let's go into Pop! OS. It booted into Windows yesterday because I did have to hook it up to the HDMI port. And I did accidentally get into Windows, and it ran fine yesterday. And maybe as a BIOS setting. And there we go. I've got my Pop! OS anyway. That's my main one I use. So I have my computer working. All happy about that. The LCD works fine. So a good inexpensive fix. So if you ever have that problem with this, if you see what happened with this one, you'll know how to test it, how to replace it. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.